Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to #Taylor's Star Trek mission. Miss Taylor is watching all of Star Trek for the first time in release order. So when we were working through season 6 of TNG, we started watching Deep Space Nine.
I really loved it. Like, this is easily my favorite show that we've watched, and I think it'll be really hard to top. There was so much, like, to love instantly, like in season 1, like, Commander Sisko is so loving and caring with his son Jake, and I thought that was exemplary, and, like, they show affection, and I was so impressed by that. I was surprised that O'Brien was actually full-time in it. Like, I remember we were watching TNG, and you brought up, oh, O'Brien, like, he's so cool, and I'm like, why? He's so boring. And then, like, DS9 makes this huge character out of O'Brien, which I thought was really interesting. To like deep dive him, you know, and Keiko and their children. Yeah, and then of course Bashir, I thought he really like matures, and like the character arcs are so good with all the characters. It was neat to sit in the Cardassian Bajoran conflict and like really expand and develop that for 7 seasons. Like, it really didn't come to an end until the end of the Dominion War. And I loved Odo so much immediately, Quark so much immediately. I loved their frenemy, like, bantering relationship so much. And I feel like they figured that out so quickly, because even in the first couple episodes, like, they had great character exchange, great dialogue. Rene Auberjonois is such a great actor, and so is Armin. So I think, like, they just, like, feed off each other so well. And then, of course, like, as the seasons go on, like, I really grew to love Kira. I loved Worf so much in TNG, and it was great to see him again in DS9. And I think he actually did better in DS9 than he did in TNG. Like, I thought he had better character arcs. I loved his, like, romance with Jadzia and their marriage and everything. I thought that was really fantastic. And I thought it was so cute, and I loved it just so much. And of course, her dying was probably one of the most tragic Star Trek deaths I've seen so far, besides Worf's other lover, Kalar, which I'm so pissed about her death too. So I'm like, man, like, both of Worf's love interest deaths have been my least favorite parts of Trek. But overall, like, I mean, there wasn't a single character I hated. Like, I loved the bad guys. I loved Gul Dukat. Like, every time he was on screen, I was like, man, I love to hate him. And the Dominion War was really interesting. I loved all of Jeffrey Combs' characters. Like, everything was amazing. Like, I don't really have many complaints. Like, there was a few kind of like icks with Quark and stuff. Like, he had some kind of gross moments, but I think I did struggle a little bit with season 7. It was really hard for me to like embrace Ezri, and I think they did well with Ezri's character, but it was really hard for me to swallow the Jadzia death, especially because I care, you know, about Jadzia and Worf's relationship so much, and I really loved it. So